It's amazing what will happen when you love someone enough, when you're willing to fight for what you know is right, and when you're angry. Had fun. We traveled, we collected art, and just all of those things that any couple does as they build a life together.
At that time, did you ever think that marriage was a possibility? Was that on the horizon for you at all?
It wasn't until 2011 that things really took an unexpected turn. It was that year in May or early June that John was diagnosed with ALS. And that was really when, instead of seeing a few decades more together, we knew our time together was limited to 2 to 5 years. And ALS for John progressed fairly rapidly. And by April of 2013, he started at-home hospice care. On June 26, 2013, I was standing next to his bed holding his hand when news came out from the Supreme Court that with their decision in United States versus Windsor, they struck down the Federal Defense of Marriage Act. That was that law that had defined marriage as between only one man and one woman. Here's our chance. We could get married and at least have the federal government see us, recognize us, treat us as a married couple. So I spontaneously proposed, and he said yes. Because we lived in Ohio, which had its own state-level Defense of Marriage Act, we couldn't get a marriage license or get married at home. So we figured out, well, let's go to Maryland because it's the only state that doesn't require both of us to appear in person to apply for a marriage license. And through the generosity of our family and friends, they covered the cost of a chartered medical jet, and I got to take his hand and we got to say, I do. That was all we wanted. We just wanted to get married. We wanted John to die a married man. I wanted to be able to call myself his husband, his widower, and have it mean something.
And with the respect of the law of our great land, I now pronounce you husband and husband, forever intertwined partners.
Because here where it says marital status at time of death, Ohio will fill this out and say that John was unmarried. In the space for surviving spouse name, Jim, your name won't be there.
I've seen in other interviews you've said that you never really considered yourself an activist. So how did you go from Jim from Ohio to suing the state of Ohio and becoming a gay rights figurehead?
It's because of John, because we loved each other and we wanted to exist. And learning that our right to call each other husband and to have it mean something wasn't going to be reflected on his death certificate. I mean, it did, it broke our hearts, but I think the more important thing is it really made us angry. As I'm sitting there in the courtroom and it comes to order and I'm just holding the hands of friends sitting on either side of me thinking, all right, here it comes, here it comes. And of course I'm thinking, John, I wish you were here. We were married in every sense of the word, and now the highest court in the land agrees with us that we were married and it was something that we all deserved and should have had, honestly, for much longer than today.
And now you are in the history books. And what does that feel like? You know, people see you as kind of the father of marriage equality in the US.
I think when it really hits me and when I really feel the importance of this, how much it means is it's every single time someone stops me, hugs me, starts crying, shares photos of their family, of their spouse, and tells me stories. And that continues to happen. And it's a gift every single time it does because I see in their faces what marriage equality meant to them, to their family, to their loved ones. The fight I was part of has made for millions of people. I mean, hundreds of thousands of couples have gotten married since June 26, 2015. And that's something we should celebrate. I'm really, really grateful that I got to be part of that. And it's simply because John and I loved each other and we wanted to exist.